Hey guys, welcome back to Britton Farms Homestead. I just wanted to do a little garden update. So we have some pepper plants that's being hardened off. We seeded a bunch of onions and oh, that blasted rooster, they're coming up here and there. And then down here is our garlic. That looks like it's doing really well. Some more onions. And then our carrots are doing really well. They are coming up. Now, all this is seeded really thick, but we will thin these out as needed. We direct sowed all this. We have some beets coming up here and there. That's not a beet. The beets weren't sowed very thick because we didn't have a lot of beet seed. And our radishes are here. They're doing really well, as you can see. And our cabbage, I'm not so sure about the cabbage just yet. They're so small, I can't tell if they're weeds or cabbage yet. And we started some, we took this blackberry vine here. And if you watch my shows my videos from last year, this blackberry puts off tons and tons of blackberries. So what we've done is we've came over and we buried some of the stems, hoping that it would put on roots so we would be able to have more blackberries. And no, that's not, no roots there yet. So we'll just cover that back up. See what this one's got going on. This huge weed here. That one's not even covered up. Let's try this one. And I don't see any roots on that one yet either. We'll cover it back up. I'm trying to find one for you guys that have roots on it. Well, we may not have one yet that has roots on it. No, it doesn't look like we have one that has roots on it yet. Alright guys, we're fixing to pull up these tarps, and my dad has got the tractor out and he's fixing to turn up the garden again. Some of the tarps blew up, but we're hoping underneath it's killed the weeds. So before we plant here, we can start with no weeds. We'll see. We got all the tarps up, and this is what it looks like where there was no tarps. Right here, this little green strip, he's already turned that up, but this little green strip, he's going down. This is what it looks like where the tarps were. There is stuff like this here and there, which looks like it's dying, I don't know. But let's give us a heads up on the weeds. You can see them here and there, but they're not looking healthy for sure. But he's fixing to turn it all up. We'll be ready to plant soon. And this we're gonna leave down. We have our tomatoes planted in this and this. And as you can see where the tarps were, The dirt is still wet and moist. And where the tarp was not is just dried dirt. So we're hoping those tarps will help our tomatoes. Okay, so we're over at the bigger garden. If you saw us plant the tomatoes, we had like 227, I believe, and they're doing pretty good. And there's our tomato. They're doing pretty well. We had a few that didn't make it, but out of 227, we had like 5 that didn't make it, and we replanted those 5, and the rest of them are doing really well. Now, as far as the peppers, Vince came and planted a bunch of peppers, but we didn't harden them off yet. So if you want to see what a pepper plant looks like if you don't harden them off, I'll show you. And they're probably, most of them died. He put out here a whole day's worth of work. Most of them died, but I'll show you what it looks like when you don't harden them off and you stick them in the ground. So the leaves turn white like this because they get scalded by the sun, and then eventually the plant just dies. And most of them look like that. We do have a couple that look like they might make it, but now we're hardening the plants off like it should have been done to begin with. But here's some more. See how they're white and the leaves are just coming off? Like this guy right here might make it, but who knows? So anyway, that's a whole day's wasted full of work, wasted work. So I'm gonna say, if you're going to plant anything, harden your plants off. Why I didn't tell him to harden them off before he come out here and did it, I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing, but I didn't tell him, no, don't plant those that haven't been hardened off. He said he was gonna plant peppers, and I said, okay, go for it. Guess what? He planted peppers. And then immediately the next day I was like, oh, we didn't harden those off. So tip, harden your plants off before you put them outside, because the sun will just cook them. And my cold frame has been working out great, but right now I'm fixing to go, oh no, it looks like somehow one of the windows got busted. Look at that, guys. That window's busted. I don't know how that happened. Oh no. That's a huge mess. But anyway, we gotta open this for these plants. Look at those pepper plants in there. They're looking great. We're gonna plant in these later. And there's still some tomato plants in there. But more than likely, these tomato plants that are in here, we're gonna give those to somebody. I wonder how that got broken. Look at that. Huh. We're not gonna monkey with it right now. I don't wanna get cut. But we just open it up so all that stuff doesn't cook, because it is getting warm enough that it would just cook the plants. So that's an update on our garden right now. What we got planted, what we're doing. Gonna go ahead and add a weigh-in to this video, I believe. If you guys are liking our videos, go ahead and subscribe, like, put a comment down below. God bless you all. We are hardening off some of our pepper plants. Got them out here in the shade to help harden them off before we put them in the ground.